So I was thinking as we start, maybe we could start with thinking about and bringing to mind some things that really make us happy when that person's here or we're out doing that thing or whatever it might be that we feel happy. So just see what comes to mind when you think about that. And as you're doing that, really notice the details. For me this morning, it was the smell was a big part of it. And it snowed a bit last night and then it rained, took away all the snow. The forest feels really fresh after a rain. Whatever it is that you're thinking of, notice if there's any smells, wonderful smells. Maybe you're in a room where somebody was cooking cinnamon buns, or you're at the ocean, or you're giving somebody a hug and you really sink into that smell that just is theirs. Some of these smells are so familiar and they can really trigger good and bad memories. But right now we're focusing on something wonderful. And notice the touch component as well. So often when we're bringing up memories, what first comes to mind is images and words and sounds. Where we were, who was there with us, there might be a memory of that. And what are the touch components as well? Might be a feeling of the sun's warmth on your face or the wool texture of somebody's jacket, or could be anything. Long time ago, I used to swim in quite a cold lake. And when I think about that, I could really bring that the coldness of the water, but the silkiness of it too. And then the warmth as you get out and how that feels in your body. Bring that component in. What does that feel like? What is your remembered feeling of that? If we're walking or hugging or swimming, there's a movement in our body, and you can remember what that feels like, or you could even recreate it partly right now if you wanted. What does that feel like? Your muscles are active, you're moving your body. Or maybe in your mind, you're lying on a beach and your muscles are completely softening, like really good chocolate in the sun. And tune into your whole body in this moment in time. Notice what your body feels like. Notice the movement of your body with your breath as well. And as you breathe out, let your belly soften. And be aware of your whole entire body, head to toes. You can keep the visualizations and the memories going if you like, or you could let them fall away. Either way is fine. Notice what it feels like in your forehead and eyebrows. When we're remembering something happy, we often soften through the face and maybe we get a bit of a smile on our lips. Notice your forehead, your eyebrows, your eyes, corners of your eyes, your eyelids. And as you're focusing on your forehead and eyebrows, you might also be noticing thoughts. During a practice, we're trying to focus on the object of concentration, in this case, our muscles in the forehead and eyebrows and eyes. That helps our mind to stay settled and not wander off somewhere else into the past or future, usually. And even if you're working with a memory, you still have that lingering effect, or you're focusing on that wonderful time. We can be present with that right now in this moment. So even though it might be a memory of the past, the memory is being experienced in this moment in time. So it's present moment in that sense. Stay very aware of that present moment. Bring your attention down through your mouth, corners of your mouth, your tongue, your jaw, and let your tongue rest softly on the bottom of your mouth. Make sure there's enough space between your upper jaw and lower jaw that you're not clenching your teeth. If you are, you could just remedy that as soon as you notice. Move your lower jaw around a bit, leave a bit more space there. A very large amount of our brain activity is focused on taste and speech and hearing, all of these things that happen in the mouth and right around the mouth. So we could let ourselves come to rest. Includes the vocal cords. Sometimes when we're thinking, we also subvocalize. And there's a bit of subtle activity in the throat. So if there is, see if you could relax that and let it come to a stop. And bring your attention into your neck and shoulders, your upper back. And notice if there's any habitual tightness or tension or contraction. There's often that shielding, shoulders up around our ears. And if you were back in one of those joyous moments, like we were at the beginning of the practice, notice if that would be happening then or if it would be necessary when we're really enjoying something. Usually our shoulders and our neck is relaxed because there's no threat, there's no danger. Now, there might be if we were kind of grabbing onto the experience, if it was a last hug before someone's getting on a plane and leaving, for instance, there might be an attachment in the mind that's creating some tension in the body. That would be normal. So, if there is any tightness through your neck and shoulders down into your upper back, notice what happens as you bring your attention to it. As you breathe out, you're wanting it to release, you're wanting it to soften, reassuring it there's no reason right now for tension in the body. Right now, it's safe to soften. And breathe in a sufficient amount of air. We don't need to overdo it, but oftentimes we're breathing in too little. Tightness in the shoulders, the back, the chest, our gut leads us to have these kind of tight breathing patterns. And when we notice that, you could take a deep in breath and a long out breath. You could even kind of sigh as you breathe out. Let yourself really settle. And notice the effect of that deeper breathing. Sometimes breathing deeply signifies there's some kind of danger or something. We get a little bit tight when we breathe deeply. And that's just a habit of the nervous system from when there is danger there. We don't want to attract attention. It's part of our animal primitive brain survival system. And of course, we have a lot more in our system than just our primitive brain. So as we notice our responses, we could reassure ourselves, we could be really present from our adult self, our cognitive mind that knows there's no danger. So all of this contraction that's stored in the body is based on the past. We have a system that works that way, and that's good. It protects us when we need it. And now, in this moment, we could let that go. Even just for a few minutes, there might be some kind of threat later in your day, but right now, check to see what's happening. And when we're really relaxed, if you were to bring back that memory again, a memory of feeling wonder and joy and happiness in life, that might also help us to really soften the breath. Smooth, effortless breath. Just softening the belly, let the breath be. Anchor your mind to your breath so it doesn't go wandering around. Or you could anchor it to that memory, a wonderful memory, and really feel into that again. Notice your whole body from head to toes. Includes your shoulders, arms down through your hands and fingers, your lower abdominal area down through your legs, your feet, your toes. And then notice the sights and sounds. And also notice the feel, the textures, the temperature, maybe the warmth of your body in the sun or something like that. The warmth of a hug. That felt sense of being there. And as you're remembering, stay very present moment focused as well. This memory is happening in this moment in time. And we can feel that in our body right now. We can enjoy the breath right now. And we could bring that to life in a very vivid way. Might be a different memory, might be the same one. What are the smells, the aromas? For me this morning, it was the forest, the spruce and pine of the forest. If you're on a tropical beach, might be the salt and sand and the flowers. And then bring your attention into your heart center. Let's rest in the heart center for a bit. If you want, you could bring in that warm golden glow of light. Notice the sense, the feeling, the sensations in your heart center. And if there's nothing particular going on there, just bring your attention into that location. It's in the middle of the rib cage, just above the diaphragm. We're remembering joy. And let yourself smile a little bit or a big bit. Let your body relax and be soft, your breath smooth. And sometimes there's a feeling of pure happiness. We could just savor that. Other times there might be a hesitation or some resistance or some unsettledness in the mind. And then we could just be present with that too in a very kind, empathetic way. Just because the words I'm saying have to do with remembering joy doesn't mean there's something wrong with this if that's not what's going on inside of you. You could reassure yourself, really connect with yourself. It's okay. We need practice in allowing ourselves to have the experiences that we're having, to be kind with ourselves. And then think ahead to what your day holds, what you expect your day will hold anyway. And notice if there are moments in there where you could really drop into the present moment and cultivate really appreciating that. Maybe you plan to go for a walk or you're going to be seeing someone you love or whatever it might be. And take a moment to just look ahead to that and anticipate that with joy. And there might be lots of other things happening at the same time, and that's fine. But right now, see if you could just focus in on the wonderful parts of that. The look on their face, or the feeling of their hug, or smell of the ocean, whatever it might be for you. And it doesn't have to be a grand opera, it can be something very small that we really attune to and appreciate. And I think we'll finish in silence today so you can stay with this a while if you like. Thanks for being here.